Hi, it's Alaska Granny. It's the end of the growing season. There's a lot of work to do to get your garden harvested. I thought I would show you how I dehydrate a few of the foods that I have from my garden or that I've been able to accumulate from other sources that I got at, say, reasonable prices. We have an outdoor kitchen, and it's a great place to use the Excalibur because it makes some noise. It has a fan in it, but then you also can have the aromas of strong foods that aren't filling up your house. Plus, it's just nice to have it outside. You don't have to worry about it running as long as it's in a safe place. It can keep running. You set the timer and it shuts off automatically, so you don't have to stand over it all of the time. I bought an extra bag of shredded carrots, and I'm going to put those in the dehydrator today. They're already shredded up, so they're so convenient. I like to dry small things on the Paraflex non-stick drying sheets. They're like a Teflon thing. I don't know exactly what they are. Nothing sticks to them, and so they're great for using with their small items. They don't fall through the little grates. You want to spread your food out evenly, and you want to try to leave a little bit of space between each one and try not to overlap them so that won't interfere with the drying time. Then if you look on the top of the Excalibur, you can see it gives you a guide to the temperature for the foods you're dehydrating. Vegetables are at 125. And then I like to set the timer for about 12 hours. You can do more or less depending on the size of the food, what types of foods you're dehydrating, and the humidity where you are. I just find with my conditions, beginning with 12 hours works great. When you check your produce, make sure that it's dry. If it's not dry enough, turn it back on and let it go a few hours more until you get the consistency that you want. Then it's so simple. You just scoop them right off the flexible sheet, and I like to pour them into a Ziploc bag. It's easy to get them into a Ziploc bag, and then I pour them into a clean, dry canning jar, and I like to set the food aside for a few days with the lid off just to make sure everything is completely dry. It conditions the food. You can shake it around, stir it a few times, and make sure that everything is dried thoroughly. And if for any reason you think it's not completely dry, go ahead and put it back in the dehydrator for a few hours. After a few days, I like to seal my dehydrated foods with the Foodsaver jar lid attachment. You place a clean lid on top of your jar, and then you have a Foodsaver lid. You put the lid attachment onto the jar, and then there's a hose. One end goes onto the Foodsaver, one end goes onto the jar. Then you twist down the handle on the side that turns it on, you press the start, and you let it suck all the oxygen out of it. You can hear it. You can hear it sucking it out, and then when it stops, you'll hear two little clicks, and that means that it has completed its cycle. You remove the hose, then you remove the lid, and you check to make sure that your lid is sealed. Your food is ready to be stored away in your prepper pantry in a cool, dark, dry place. Dehydrated foods are great to use in all kinds of soups, stews, and recipes, and it's not that hard to do. So go ahead and try it. Add to your prepper pantry by preserving some of your own foods and see if it doesn't help you build your food stockpile with freshly preserved foods of your choice. If you enjoyed my video, I hope you'll share it with someone else you think might like it. Please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.